Hey, what's up everybody? It's me, James Hammer, the COO of Blackout Media, back with a crash course tutorial. This week we're looking at the glitch text effect. This effect is very simple, very easy, and very quick to accomplish, and used correctly looks amazing. But before we start the tutorial, I just want to apologize to the community because for the past 2 weeks I have not uploaded any crash course tutorials. I'm sorry, I had some issues and I wasn't able to record. That aside, let's get started. First, I'm going to show you an example. This is a perfect example of this effect used very nicely, if not perfectly. You really can see here how it blends in to the, its surroundings and kind of works with the piece. This effect, disclaimer right now, this effect only works if it is with other elements that it can blend into. Something just as simple. If the thing around it isn't simple, then you have to make the effect more complicated. So you have to really work with that. This works. It blends in. It looks natural. It looks like it should be there. And I'm gonna teach you how to make this specific effect or this specific part of this. Now let's go back here. First off, you're going to press T on your keyboard to access your text tool. You're going to write whatever you want, whatever you feel like you need. And I'm using BBash regular. I like to use this because it has very symmetrical and all caps letters. So to enlarge this, you want to do Control T, Shift Alt, and drag up. You always want to do that because when you do that, it enlarges from the center point, not the side like this. If you went like this and Shift and then did this, it's kind of annoying. I like just doing this. Control T, Shift Alt, boom, you got it. And you can make it as big as you want. It looks nice. It's perfectly from the center. And so if you centered it, let's say this is just an example. Let's say I centered this, right? It was perfectly centered in the middle, and I wanted to make it smaller. Like if I did this, it would move it. But if I did this, it stays the same. See what I'm saying? So that's why I use that. And you always want to use it because even if you want to get in the habit of using it, so you really do get that precision-based part of it. So this is very fast. I'm going to be done with this in about like 4 minutes. Watch. What you're going to do, Control J to copy the original layer. Double click that layer. And over here in channels, don't change anything. Just over here in channels, you're going to click off G. Control T, move this to the left, and you're going to get this nice magenta color. Now you're going to Control J again, the original layer, double click, and then you're going to turn off R and B. And as you can see, we get this nice green. Now, you're going to want to move one closer and one farther so you don't get that perfect symmetry because it's a glitch effect, so you want to make everything a bit random. But with this, you kind of want to keep some symmetry. And I'll show you what I mean by that. So what you're going to do is you're going to click the bottom layer and then shift-click the top one, Control E to merge. And then you're going to press M on your keyboard for the marquee tool. Sorry if I'm talking a bit too fast. I just want to get this done quickly, just to show you. If you really know how to do it, it takes minutes, not even, 2 minutes I can complete this. And you're just going to start randomly, moving things around, just selecting with your marquee tool, Control T, and then you just go. It's not the funnest thing, or the most fun thing, but it is a good practicing tool to help you with composition and help you with some symmetry problems, even if you're not supposed to make it symmetrical. Like, you can make non-symmetrical things not asymmetrical, but at the same time not symmetrical. Make it look natural, but at the same time you specifically put things where they are. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but you'll see when I'm doing it. Like let's say right here, right? I want a pattern, but it's not going to be so precise. It's just going to be a bit random, but an idea I have, like a little pattern. See, a little back and forth. I do this, I do this. Let's see here, like this, back and forth. And it gives a weird effect, right? And then I do this over here maybe. And I want to just keep it in this standpoint. Wait, not that. I don't want that. I want this maybe. Keep it like this. Keep this mindset. You don't want to make it symmetrical, but you want to make sure that the composition is right. And composition has a bit to do with symmetry. Composition is basically you want everything to look not have it where, like, let's say this was a piece. This entire thing's a piece. This is not good composition. I have all the stuff up here and nothing down here. Same thing with the glitch effect. You can't have everything down here and nothing up here, so you got to put some up here. Maybe a whole thing across. It doesn't have to be a lot. It just has to be something, to break that silence, basically. That silence of no pattern, no nothing, no effect. So we're going to move this around. We're going to move this around. And obviously you're going to want to spend more time on this. Oh, this is a good thing to mention. If you do this, you see how I'm only selecting some of it? Control T, don't move it with your arrow keys, just drag it out, because if you move it, you'll get like this weird gap in the middle and it doesn't look very good. I like going on curved corners and just moving the curve. I like doing that. It gives a little bit of a, shaken up feel. Now, on this piece, going back, you see this crack right here? I made a lot of the glitches with going along this crack. So if you have an environment you're about to put this in, take note of that. Take note of the cracks, or take note of, like static on TV, like, and kind of match it. Because if you do that, it looks amazing. It really does fit perfectly. It looks like it should be there, and it looks like it's genuine. It looks natural, and that's what we're going for. Even though glitches, like, electronics and all that stuff isn't really natural, you still want to know what I mean. Like, it random, created by the universe on a whim, not by a person, like, sitting there meticulously, selecting and moving things around in their, in their room. So I just want you guys to know that this effect really requires you to tap into your composition knowledge and really get this ball rolling. So that's the last one I'm going to do. I spent a little bit too much time on this, but it doesn't even matter. It looks great. What I'm going to do lastly is just show you how to do this little perspective thing. You Control T, make sure the layer is rasterized by right clicking and then doing rasterize layer right here. Control T, right click, perspective, and you're going to do this. You're going to do a little bit of this work. So you can just fiddle with this, and it's really about fiddling at the beginning. You're going to fiddle around with stuff. But as you can see right here, I got a really nice text. And I can put this in, in an environment like this, or I can put it in an environment like a retro video game, or, anything based on technology, basically. TV, radio, anything, really. It can work with a lot of stuff, but don't put it in, like, nature. Like, it doesn't work like that. You have to make sure it fits, it makes sense, works. That's what designers do. They put things together and make sure it works, composition's right, colors are right, everything blends together to make a nice piece. Things are complementary, not like completely against each other. So keep that in mind. Very big disclaimer, and I want to preface this, and I want to reiterate this a bit. This will only work if it's mixed with other things that are just as simple, or you have to bump this complexity up so it's a bit more, it works more with the piece. Just going back to this, just to show you, I had to make it more complicated than just, this. It has to be a little bit more to get it to actually work in this environment. Also, this is a very simple, very known, very highly used effect. So if you don't want your stuff to be unoriginal, only use it periodically, or sprinkle it around on things. Don't make it the main attraction of something, or don't make it, don't use it on everything you do. Just use it sometimes. If the customer is looking for something like that, use it. If they're not, don't. Obviously, so you really want to go with the flow, really want to go with what the idea is, and use this if it's needed. Now, it is a cool thing to practice with. You can, mess with it a lot to get different effects. You can try adding more things to it. It's a very base effect that can be added to. And yeah, I really want to see what you guys create, what you do with this. Leave it in the comments below, a link to the image, or what you can do is tweet at me, JJMCHammer, or Blackout Media SM, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, thanks for watching. Bye-bye!